Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Trash Talk. I'm here with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello there, my N-words. My name is GXC Depressed. I make shit-ass scary videos in the desert. I just make fun of people online, and all I really do.
Right, let's jump straight into it with your content as a whole. So obviously you're a commentary channel. What is your most popular upload on YouTube?
Well, right now it's the Rebecca Zamolo video titled Rebecca Zamolo Exposed. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, don't watch that video.
Yeah.
It's trash.
And
but
yeah. And with that video, did you expect it to do as well as it did? Obviously, I'm looking at it right now. It's got 7.5k views. Like, did you ever expect it to be able to get to that point?
I'm going to be honest with you, no. I usually just posted that as a quote-unquote exposed video. I never expected to get that much views. When I did, I was like, holy shit, how?
Yeah, because I'm looking at your content, obviously, and I see a pattern in the top 3 videos, of course. Like, the top 2, at least, out of the top 3, are both on that person. So it seems like you had quite a bit of success with just absolutely rinsing the shit out of her.
Yeah. I just milked the living shadow.
Yeah, literally. And taking a look at some of your most recent uploads, it seems like obviously you've made a few on like one on Communist Creeper, a few on like the commentary community, like Why I Miss Commentary 2016. What is your relationship with commentary? Because you see a lot of people that are obsessed with Leafy, or people that like base the whole persona around Leafy. So what is your relation with commentary? Like, did you grow up watching it, like in 2016? Like, what is your relation to it?
So I never got really into commentary until like I saw this one video from like Leafy. It was about this Pokemon kid who I learned later on was named Tamisha. And I was watching it, I really laughed because the way how Leafy just reacted and made those jokes, I don't know, it just made me laugh hard. And after that, I started like watching commentary channels. Like, you're gonna cringe at this, but I used to watch Pegasus. I thought he was funny, but then looking back at all of his videos, they're all garbage.
Yeah.
And then I watched.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, continue.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask with Leafy. Obviously, you said you got into commentary because you saw like a Leafy. With like Leafy, do you still think that he was this great like commentator? Because you see like people that like suck his cock to like an endless point in commentary. Like, you've got people that base their whole persona around Leafy. Do you think that he deserves all of that love and support, or do you just think he's just like the average like sort of YouTuber that doesn't really deserve to be held at this high status?
I mean, honestly, I kind of think he kind of deserves it. I mean, he did like. I mean, don't get me wrong, he did do some questionable stuff, but honestly, like, he was entertaining as hell. He was, I guess you can say he was like more real than the other YouTubers, and he wasn't really that bad compared to 2016 Leafy. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I think like, in wise of like comparing him now, he doesn't compare to some of the YouTubers now. But in my honest opinion, someone that obviously I grew up watching like Leafy, watching all the other commentators, I think that Leafy is held at just a bizarrely high standard, and like bizarrely high, because obviously like you have to thank him for really popularizing commentary as a genre, but at the same time, he like, if he didn't blow up from it, someone else definitely would have blown up from it. So I feel like it was just coincidence that he sort of, and just raw luck that he sort of managed to get into the spot he is.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like, obviously, like, we've touched on the fact like you got into commentary, like watching commentary stuff because of Leafy and stuff. Did you ever like base your, when you started? Did you base your content around like Leafy stuff? Like, did you like take inspiration from him?
Yeah, a little bit, but then I started to branch out and actually just want to like trying to make my own like identity on YouTube, rather than just copying Leafy.
No, which is 100% reasonable because like I think the issue with commentary at the moment is there are too many people that are literally just Leafy clones. I hate that phrase of terming, but they are just Leafy like rebranded. And obviously, you're one of the standout
Yeah.
commentators that doesn't do that, which is great. And obviously, something that links into like other commentary channels. What drama have you been in? Like, have you been in like drama yourself, or have you only sort of seen drama?
I've seen drama. I mean, like I've been involved in some dramas, but not that much. There are some personal
Hmm.
ones, and there are others that are like more public, like the Epic Dude drama, where I involved in the video made by Blaster that just
Yeah.
criticized Epic Dude's behavior and content as a whole. Um, and to be
Hmm.
honest, I always had fights with Epic Dude and his little goons about how they're so goddamn like idiots. That's all I'm gonna say. They're all fucking retarded. Because like, I get like, look, man. Like, I don't mind people having their own opinions on trans people and all that stuff, but to the point where you say that you want them all dead and they're the reason why humanity is ruined. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, calm the fuck down. They're changing their genders.
Yeah. No.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly. Like, with like obviously all that sort of stuff. I'm going to get into like political stuff here. Not like really political, but just like commentary
Yeah.
political here. Obviously, you see
Ah.
a lot of commentators like taking stances on like gay stuff, which again, like I'm gay myself. I don't really talk about it. Like, it's a very like
Yeah.
obscure detail about me. But with like people like Toad, obviously he's made quite a few recent tweets about like people like identifying as non-binary, whatever. Do you think like what is your stance on all that stuff? Like, I just a very heavy political question, I know, but I just think it's something that's coming up a lot in commentary at the moment, and I think it's quite an interesting question.
Honestly, my own personal opinion, I have nothing against the LGBTQ community or the people that are in it or who identify themselves as non-binary, whatever the hell. I have nothing against them because they're not doing anything wrong technically. I mean, sure, like there are some people there that are a bit crazy, like assholes. There are some who are,
Mhm.
like actually good people, respectable, and don't like enforce their beliefs onto you. And that's what
Yeah.
I expect from like a human being. Basically, that doesn't can't speak. That's just what I expect from an LGBTQ member. He just doesn't enforce their beliefs onto you. Just is respectable and isn't a crazy bitch.
Yeah, no, I
Like
completely get that.
yeah.
I think that's like a thing that like you see a lot of people. Do you believe in like this would be my last question on this because this is just very politically heavy and it's whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, there's a lot of people like Toad. Like, no offense to Toad, but obviously he said some stuff basically just saying that like certain like genders. Like, I'm not saying there's like 50, 200 genders or whatever the fuck there is, but like he's trying to discredit some that are like actually proven. Do you like believe in just like, especially just Twitter spurging out saying that like things don't exist when like realistically like they probably do? Like, do you believe in just like saying, I don't know, non-binary people don't exist, don't get it, they shouldn't exist? I'm assuming that is the
Well,
like stance on that.
uh, not really. No, I mean, I don't see a point in posting that honestly, because like I
Mhm.
mean, like they do kind of exist. So like, what's the point of tweeting that out or saying that at all?
Yeah,
Sure,
like.
sure, it's funny
Mhm.
to get the reactions, but still, carry
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. Like, I'm sort of going on a tangent here because I think I don't know if you've noticed this, but especially on my Twitter timeline, it's full of commentators giving their like political views on these sort of scenarios, which I do find like funny at times, but a little enraging in others. Like, I'm not really like one of those gay people that will go out there and say I'm gay, like shove it in your fucking face. I think I can't deal with that. But like, I think there are certain topics that even commentators, even I, shouldn't talk about, especially if you don't really have
Hmm.
experience. If you like get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree
But
with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. But let's move back onto you. Obviously, we've spoke
Hmm.
about like your drama you've had with Epic Dude or whatever, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But with like your commentary as a whole, a question that I ask every guest that comes on the podcast is, if you could call out anyone, it doesn't matter if they're 1 subscriber or 100 million subscribers, who would you call out and why?
That's a good question. I have so many people I want to call out, but I don't want to because I don't feel like getting into a drama because my anxiety will act up, or B,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it. Yeah.
I feel
like
the way,
one
this
person.
can be like bigger creators.
Yeah.
This can be like bigger creators that can't respond to you and probably won't see this. So that sort of just lessens your anxiety with stuff.
Okay. I mean, honestly, the one person I really want to call out, but I can't because I know if I do, he's gonna fuck me over. Is a GGG soldier or fairy, whatever the fuck he calls himself anymore.
Now, this is interesting one because I recently had him on the podcast, and for you yourself, what is your like view on him? Like, you don't have to like say, oh, what, he's like a fucking useless bastard or some shit. Like, you don't have to like slate him down, but like, what's your key issues with him? Because obviously, like, he's been involved in like quite a lot of doxing scandals in the commentary community. Like, what is just like the key things? You don't have to go in detail about him because, like, obviously, you don't really want to get in drama. But what is like just like a few highlighted things?
Well, one of the main things is that his unnecessarily toxicity to the trans people, and I'm like, again, I said you can have your own opinion about trans people, but to the point where you want them to be dead and you think it's funny for them to kill themselves, I don't know, dude. That's just messed up in my opinion. And his doxing too, like, sorry, continue.
No. I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, I was just, and also I don't know if this is true, but people are saying that he like doxed I can't speak. He doxed Mushroom Girl. Yeah. And I don't know if that's true. And every time I keep asking that, he keeps saying, "Oh no, I on a public Instagram. It was in her public Instagram," and that like as if that makes it any better. And apparently people saying there's a Google document where he's credited as the person who helped finding her docs, which is really just goddamn incredible. Just like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with these types of commentators? I will never understand. And one other highlight is his unnecessary like flagging. Like, he keeps false flagging many commentators who I'm neutrals with or friends with, and it just pissed me off. Like, obviously he's doing it as a troll, as a fun. It's just an asshole move.
No, continue.
And not only that, but like, the dude is such a fucking coward. Every time he responds to someone, instead of like playing the full video, he would cut some parts out of context to make it look worse, just to make himself look better. Which is just
No, I completely agree with you with this. Because like I've had them on the podcast. I've had like Farry and like whatever, whatever it goes on there now. I've had like Max BT show on the podcast, whatever. And like my common questions to them is, of course, about like their thumbnail choices with about like saying like tranny and stuff in it, or like their call out to certain things and the doxing and stuff. I'll start with the thumbnail stuff. Like I asked them obviously about the thumbnail stuff, and it's always like, oh yeah, it just gets people to engage and click on. And then I asked like GGG of like Farry about the doxing stuff, and he had a very strong take on doxing, saying that like he wouldn't dox just any random YouTuber if they were just some like little weirdo or whatever, or making weird videos. Like, he wouldn't do that, and that he thinks doxing to a certain extent is horrible. But he believes that, like, I don't know, let's say a really extreme case, like a paedophile would deserve doxing. With that in mind, like, do you think there's like a different persona with these type of YouTubers, like behind the scenes and in calls, compared to like videos and stuff?
I mean, yeah, like they act toxic online, and then next thing you know, off camera, like offline, they act like a normal human being who is totally insane when we're insane, and they need to be locked up in an asylum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I can agree with you more there. I guess with like, especially commentary, I think as a whole, there is a lot of disingenuine people like that are commentators, and they're completely different. They could be the nicest guy behind the scenes and in calls and messages, but are absolute dickheads online. And I'm not saying like Barry is or Max is. I've spoken to them quite a bit offline and online, and like I've always like like found fine with them, like found middle ground and stuff. Like that's the type of guy I am. But like I completely see why people take issue with those type of videos and like what they do.
I guess so.
And with you and with your content stuff, obviously we spoke about your past dramas, your most popular video, past content, whatever, like who you would want to call out if you could. What is the future for your channel and just the future for YouTube and everything for you?
That's a good question. Right now, I will still make the videos that I do make, but I'm planning on making like reviews on shows I watched, because like I have so many opinions on them and I want to let them all out. Not only just because I enjoy making them, but also because I want to get the reaction of the fans, either like positive or negative. And I think I'll still do YouTube as a hobby right now, because like I can't, because I have school and shit, so it's hard for me to focus on that. But I'll still do my best to make my regular videos.
Yeah, like with all of commentary stuff, like this will probably be like my last question because it is quite a long question. It'll probably take quite a bit of time. But I've been asking a lot of people about like their views on this because again, this is something that's been heavily going around on, especially on commentary Twitter, about like the small commentary community dying in the fact that there's not enough creators who are like popular enough, like the topics are getting dry, and just everything alongside that. What is your take on the small commentary community at the moment? Do you think it's dying? Like, what do you believe in it? Because quite frankly, at the moment, for me, I think it's not the topics, rather the creators. I think there's like a plethora of like actual topics, just not drama and stuff. So, what's your take on all of that?
All of that, I do think small commentary is kind of dying, and that's because it's not because it's not because of the video, so it's because of the creator themselves. Because like they're all just the same. They're all just dead inside, and none of them have the energy to do like a engaging video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not only that, but small commentary fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah, like I agree with you that like I think there's like certain gems within commentary. Like you have Ghost was here shining. You have like loads of yeah, like there's loads that like I can count, but there isn't so many. Like if you get me, like obviously like there's quite a few. But like you don't have that like core like set of people because when you used to think of like small commentary, you think of people like Grimsby, Toxic Distress. You think of them lot, but obviously a lot of them have quit now, like or stopped uploading as frequently. And to be honest, like I don't think that's the thing that's killing commentary. Rather the fact that there just isn't enough of those sort of people left anymore.
All dead.
But with you. Do you have any goals outside of your main channel, like main channel and commentary and stuff?
At the moment, not really. No. I mean, I'm just planning on hitting 1,000 subs soon before 2023.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Well, I think you'll be able to reach that. You're a great YouTuber, great commentator, and I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And like always, all of you, like people, your links will be down below if people have been interested in you and they want to go and check your stuff out. So go down the link below if you are genuinely interested. But I have been your host, Samuel, and this has been another episode of Trash Talk. I'll catch you in the next episode.